Hi, everyone, and welcome to this webinar. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Emeline, and I'm working with Beyond Words. And today I'm excited to dive into this topic, use VR to prepare your students for a trip abroad. So traveling to a foreign country can be an amazing experience, but for many language learners, it can also be stressful. The fear of making mistakes, struggling with vocabulary, or simply not knowing what to expect can sometimes be overwhelming. And this is where virtual reality steps in. So today we're going to explore how immersive learning can help students gain confidence, practice real-life situations, and feel more prepared before their trip. So today I'm going to walk you through how VR can transform language learning and make travel experiences smoother and more enjoyable for your students. So we'll get started. First, we're going to talk about the objectives of this webinar. So we're going to talk about the challenges of learning a language for travel. We can feel different emotions like stress, for example. Travelers often feel pressure to respond quickly in unfamiliar environments, and anxiety can make it harder to recall words or understand someone during conversation. Then with absence, we have the lack of vocabulary and fluency. Many learners can know basic words but struggle to form sentences naturally. Also, what can be a problem is limited exposure to real conversation, and it makes it hard to practice effectively. We then have the feeling of fear, the fear of speaking in a foreign language, the fear of making mistakes that can lead to hesitation or avoid speaking. And then we have the lack of confidence that reduces engagement in real-world interactions. So for these issues, AR and VR can be effective solutions. So being in an immersive and interactive environment, for example, VR places learners in realistic scenarios. For example, being in a restaurant and ordering food, or asking for directions in a new city. And engaging environments make language practice feel more natural and intuitive. One thing that VR allows is repetition that makes the user stress-free. Learners can practice conversation as many times as needed without the real-world pressure. They can just play the activity again. And mistakes become part of the learning process and helps the learners build confidence over time. Then we have the AI precise correction, because AI provides feedback on pronunciation, grammar, and fluency. And you can also get personalized insights that help learners identify strengths and areas of improvement, leading to more effective learning. So now I'm going to do an introduction about Beyond Words VR. So Beyond Words VR is a language learning app using VR and AI. We're using VR in 360-degree immersive videos where you're having a conversation with someone. And AI is giving you an analysis of your pronunciation, grammar, and fluency. We have, at the moment, 5 languages available. We have French, English, Spanish, Italian, and German, and we have new languages coming in 2025. All go from level A1 to C1. We have 2 different modes, the guided mode, which is every time you get a question asked, you have 3 options of answers. And then we have the free speech mode, which are open-ended questions. So you just give your own answer. So we'll see on the app when we do a demo, but there are tags on the activities to give you information about the content of the activity, the level, and the modalities you're going to work on. For example, past, affirmative sentences, nouns, verbs. And then we'll see an AI analysis on pronunciation. The app is available on multi-devices like VR headset, computer, tablet, and phone. And you can personalize the experience by giving different level types activities to your students. So we're going to move on with the case study by doing a demo of the app. So the demo we're going to do is going to be at the airport. It's going to be a 360-degree real-life situation from a student's perspective, from a learner perspective, practicing speaking skills, answering questions, and then we'll read an analysis report and discover the app tools. So I will switch to the app. So this is what the app looks like. So as you can see, you have different categories for the students to find his courses. And today we're going to do the activity about the airport. We're going to be asking for information at the airport. It's going to be an A2 level activity. And we're going to work on present, affirmative sentences, nouns, and verbs. So we can now start the activity. We are getting a little descriptive about the activity. So speak freely about information you might find at the airport, and we are going to answer 5 questions. So as you can see, it's a 360-degree environment. And we're going to start by listening to the first question.
Hello there. Can you show me where is the check-in desk?
So the question is, can you show me where is the check-in desk? So I'll just have to answer the question on my own, since this is a free speech mode activity. The check-in desk should be behind you.
How do I get to the baggage check area?
So how do I get to the baggage check area? You can walk to the baggage check area.
Where can I find a taxi cab?
You can find a taxi cab outside of the airport.
Where can I find and buy a bottle of water?
You can find and buy a bottle of water at a store inside the airport.
What time does the flight to Paris depart?
The flight to Paris departs at 5 p.m.
Thank you very much for your help. Goodbye.
So the activity is over. It's complete once you answer all the questions. So here we answered 5 questions. So the total of questions in the activity. So I'm going to complete and go to results. So now I can find the activity that I completed today, and it took me 1 minute and 39 seconds to answer. Activities usually go between 1 and 5 minutes. So here you have all the information about the activity, and And we have first a simplified analysis. So it says, let's see how you did. You performed an exercise on free speech mode. You answered 5 questions out of 5. So for the questions regarding grammar, there is no grammar mistakes. On the vocabulary, you can see there is a mistake on question 4. And it tells you what you said and what you should have said. So here it says, you said you can find and buy a bottle of water at a store inside the airport. And it says it is not a mistake, but to enrich your vocabulary, please use other terms. For example, store could have been some other words that fits the A2 level. For question 5, no vocabulary mistakes. And then on pronunciation, here are the words that need a better pronunciation. So you can click on the speaker and listen to what should have been pronounced.
The check-in desk should be behind you. You can walk to the baggage check area.
So then we'll go to details. That way, student can listen to what should have been pronounced, and that can help them improve. So we're going to go over the score area. So first we get an overall score, which is 89% here, a score pronunciation, which is 84%, and grammar correctness, 100%. Level accuracy, 84%. Level accuracy is to tell you if you're doing the right level or if you should do a level above or under. There is no right answers because it is a free speech mode activity. So then we can see our answers in more detail. So you just have to click to go to details. And here we're going to have a phoneme analysis of everything that has been pronounced, sentence by sentence, and then word by word. So every time you get analysis on each answer you gave, and you get a level on the answer if the answer was relevant to the question, and the grammatically correct answer. So here, these are the phonemes that I pronounced, and we can see the phonemes that I was supposed to pronounce word by word. I mean, the phonemes that I was supposed to pronounce and the phonemes that I pronounced. So here you can see there's a mistake here with behind. And here you can see there's a mistake with you. So that gives you a detailed analysis with the phonemes, which can help teachers know what to work on with students, some sounds that need improvement. If the student don't understand the phoneme part, it's okay, because once again, you get a speaker where you can just hear what should have been pronounced.
You can walk to the baggage check area.
And that helps them improve their pronunciation. So you can do that for every question. You get a phoneme error every time. So now we'll get back to the presentation. So now let's go through the other travel scenarios that we have available on the app and how they can help students feel more confident abroad. So first, we have topics on the airport, just like the one that we did. We have check-in, luggage, passport control. So students can practice checking in for a flight, answering security questions, and dealing with lost luggage. So students don't panic at the airport. Then we have hotel check-in and check-out. So you make sure students can confidently check into a hotel, ask for a room upgrade, or report a problem at the reception. We then have a unit about bakery, coffee shop, restaurant, where you can order drinks or food, for example, so you get no more mix-ups at the cafe. Students can practice ordering the right drink, customizing their order, or even asking for the bill in a restaurant. We do have a culture unit about museum, monuments, and just visiting a city, so it can teach them how to ask about a monument's history, buy museum tickets, or have a conversation with a tour guide, ask questions. We then have a unit about city trips like London or Edinburgh, so you can give students a preview of what it's like to explore famous cities, navigate different neighborhoods, and interact with locals in a natural setting. We have a unit about public transportation, like taking the bus or the train, so you can go from buying a metro ticket to asking for information, directions at a train station, and students will learn how to move around the new city stress-free. Our unit about souvenirs helps students practice asking about prices, bargaining in local markets, and choosing the perfect souvenir to bring back home for family and friends. And then we have a travel unit, which is global and is a mix of different travel-related conversation, whether it's booking a tour, dealing with a problem, asking for recommendations. So with these interactive VR scenarios, students don't just memorize sentences, they experience them in a real life conversation, real life setting. They gain confidence, make mistakes in a safe environment, and arrive at their destination feeling prepared. Thank you for joining today. I hope you enjoyed this webinar. Please reach out to me if you have any questions, if I can send you any additional documents, and feel free to just reach out to me. Thank you so much. Bye.